Hello everyone, my name is TQL, also known as Quinn, and welcome back to the 5th ever video on the TBSMP. And in today's video, we are going to be tackling the end, because it's been a few months since we started this zone, and it's due time for the end. But you might notice that I am in the library from the last video, which I never really showed off much, but this is the inside the library. This was one of my favorite things to actually build, and I'm loving it at the moment. So this is the bottom floor of the library, and then you have the second floor of the library, which is all the way up here. Yeah, it's a little bit high up, but this is the second floor of the library. But that's enough for in here. Oh, I just hit everything on the way down. But that's enough of this. So in today's video, like I said, we're going to be tackling the end. But the way we need to tackle the end is by upgrading the gear, because at the moment our gear is really, really horrible. So what we are going to be doing is actually building a trading hall. And you might be wondering where we're going to be building the trading hall, because of the outside area we don't have much room. We're going to be building the trading hall actually downstairs. So there is, if I break this block, all of this room down here under the grass platform, which is plenty of room to actually build a trading hall. And we are going to be building a massive trading hall down here that will be in a future video hidden away, because we are going to be doing terraforming, but that will be in a later video. But we're going to be building it down here and probably further down into the ground. So let's get into that. Okay, so with the trading hall, I haven't really thought about what I want it to look like. All I know is that I kind of want it to be transitioned into oak or spruce logs, one of the two. So that's something we need to figure out now, is how we're going to transition it to one of these blocks. So let's just place these. Let's place these down here. And I want to figure out what's the best way to transition this into one of these two blocks. Because we have had a lot of, because it's in mostly light colors, and I kind of want the trading hall to be more of a darker feel, especially when you're walking through it. So I feel like, I don't know how I'm going to do this, or maybe if we transition to this, potentially something like that. Maybe, or even something more on the lines of, yeah, that is probably a better transition than that. But it's still quite blunt. It's still quite blunt. Okay, let's figure this out. Okay, so this is the block palette that I have landed on. It is, I like it, but also don't like it, because I don't like how it's very blunt from here to there. It's just incredibly blunt. So I need to find an in-between block, or multiple in-between blocks to, what is that spider doing over there? To translate it from here to there. So that is something I actually need to figure out, but I will figure that out later, because currently I'm going to extend the stripped oak logs further down, so we can have multiple layers of stripped oak log for the villager hall. So that's what I'm going to do now, is extend this down and create the distance between each villager hall, because for each villager hall I do want to, maybe not this video but a later video, put zombie, what's it called, zombie fires, whatever the name is called, in the actual villager hall. So that's something for a future Quinn to do. But so let me do that real quick. Okay, so I have the first 2 layers of the actual villager hall, and yes, the layers are a decent amount apart. The reason for this is purely because, just in case we are, depending on what mechanism we're going to use to zombify the villagers, we might need this amount of room and we might not. So it's just better to be safe than sorry. But now we need to actually design what this area is going to look like. So let's quickly mine out this area. So I've mined out the area a little bit. So what I'm thinking of is that the room is going to be 5 wide. Because if that's 5, that's okay. We'll make it 7 wide. I think the room's going to be 7 wide. So that means right here will be the ends. No, that's wrong. This is wrong right here. Right here will be the ends of each room. And I feel like that these should split up like this, so each one get their own section. Okay, but now thinking about it, if we're gonna have one here, there can't be a villager right here, because there will be another villager directly opposing it. So that means this first chamber, we actually, maybe, it's something like that. So the first one will purely just be a wall like that, so we can avoid any sort of thing. Yeah, we'll be able, yeah, now we can avoid it. Cool. So now it's actually designing this room and what it will look like. Let me think about that real quick. Okay, so I have this basic design right here for the villager hall, and I think with a couple tweaks this could actually be a good design. That I can spread. Maybe it'll be to 10 room, so 10 villagers per hallway, so you can have 10 here, 10 that way, 10 that way, 10 that way, and so on and so forth, so we can fit all villagers in each hallway, and we hopefully won't have many layers. But I think this so far is a good design. I will just let's develop a bit more, like fill out the room with some extra walls and the flooring too. So let's fill this out a bit more. I've now finished the walls of the villager breeder. Not villager breeder. Oh, villager breeder. Yes. Ah, yes. I just realized I need to build a villager breeder. Well, I built the walls. So yeah, the walls have been done now. This is probably the design I'm going to keep through most of the area. And the only thing left to build is the floors and roof now. Or ceiling now. But that villager breeder. I think I have an idea. See, at the end of this wall, maybe at the end of each wall on the first floor, we put a villager breeder. So we just extend this out a little bit further, and we put a villager breeder here and on all the other 4 walls. So it makes our life 10 times easier. I think that's what we're going to do. Yep, that's what we're going to do. I'm just going to build the floor and roof now, and let's see how this area looks. I've now finished designing the villager hall, so this is what I'm going to repeat across all of the other rooms and downstairs. So let's quickly repeat this. Alright, so I have finished the villager hall now. So I got all 4 corridors down, and I've also put in the villager breeder. Yes, there are no villagers in here just yet, but that will be done in a minute. Before I put all of the villagers in, I actually want to build a farm. I want to build a sugarcane farm. The reason why I want to build a sugarcane farm is because the villagers that are going on this first layer are going to be librarians, and one of their main trades is paper. And I want to get an abundance of it, so that means I can immediately get emeralds and start trading with them. So that is what I'm going to do. So we're going to head over to the farming district and get all the materials for the sugarcane farm. We are here at the farming district now, and we got a chest that needs to be filled up with all the materials for the farm, which I'm either going to place over there or over here, one of the two areas. I don't know how big the farm's going to be just yet, so when I figure that out, we'll put in either or. So let's just grab all the materials now. Okay, so we have gotten all of the materials that we need for this farm, and I've already started the basic outline of where I'm going to put the farm, because this farm is usually made, the one I'm making is usually made on ground. So I have to figure out how to make it above ground, because this is not going in the ground anywhere. So that's what I'm figuring out now. But apart from that, let's actually just start building the sugarcane farm. So I have now finished the whole entire sugarcane farm, and I've sent it through twice, and this is all the sugarcane I've gotten after sending it through twice, which is a decent amount, and I can probably send it through one more time and get even more, but I'll do that later, or Jack can do it if he wants. Jack can't hear me, so he can figure it out. But since the sugarcane farm is now done, I think it's time to head back to the villages and start putting all the librarians in. So let's head back there now. Okay, so we are back at the villager hall, and I have already put all of the villagers in the villager breeders. So now they should be coming in through very soon. A lot of them have already come through already, so that's a good thing. So we have 40 different villager slots that we need to fill. Because there are 39 different enchantments you can get from villagers alone, so different enchantment books, and we have an extra slot just to round it out, which we're just going to put a random villager that doesn't sell a book, that only sells, what's it called? Bookshelves, so we're just going to have that guy there. But apart from that, we are going to get all of the enchantment books that we can get from villagers in here, so let's just start putting the villagers in now. Alright, so we have got all of the villagers in the villager hall now. All 40 of them. So the 39 enchantments plus the bookshelf villager, wherever he is. He's in one of these. All the corridors look the exact same. But finally, we have got them all in after I think it was a solid 4 hours, maybe, of getting them all in. So that was a fun 4 hours. I definitely listened to a lot of videos and podcasts during that time. But now that we've got all of the villagers in, before we decide to upgrade our gear, I am going to build a creeper farm. So a good creeper farm, because since we are going to the end later this video, we are going to be going and getting elytras and shulker boxes, and I love getting a bunch of elytras. I love end busting or busking, whichever one it is. I love doing that, so end busting. I love doing that. Wait, give me Alright, I'm good. I love end busking So we're gonna just get a bunch of elytras and shulker boxes. So we need a bunch of gunpowder so we can actually fly. So let's go build a creeper farm now. Okay, I am at the farming district now, and I need to start collecting the materials for the creeper farm, which we are going to be making. So let's go let's go grab the materials. Alright, if you're allergic to cats, please stand by. So I got all the materials and all of the cats that are needed for this farm. There's 136 cats here. Actually, more than that. This was fun to do. Enough talking. Let's build the farm. After several hours of work, both collecting materials and building the farm, Brian and I, with the help of Jack, we have finally finished the creeper farm, which we've been here for 5 minutes. We already have, I think, over like 10 stacks for after 5 minutes. But the creeper farm's going to be a good XP farm for a while. Going to help us out in so many different projects. But now that we have done the creeper farm, it's finally time for me to upgrade my gear. So let's head into that. Hello, everyone. Obviously, I am not at the library. If you can't tell, I am in my building world. Yeah, quite obvious that I am not on the server. And you're probably wondering why we are not back at the library upgrading my gear like I said I'll be doing. Well, during the editing of this video, I realized the video is going to go on for a very long time if we keep at it. Because we were meant to, in this video, go to the end. But we did a lot of stuff before going to the end. And if we kept all of that stuff in, and went to the end in that same video, the video will be over 30 minutes long, which I don't want. So we're going to be ending the video off here, and everything else that we did prior to going to the end and going to the end will be in next week's video. So you won't have to wait too long for that. Not 3 months. I'm not doing that again, most likely. But yeah, so we're going to end off the video here. So stay tuned for next week. Like and subscribe, and thank you all for watching the video. And with that, goodbye.